platforms I'm on.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Every time I try to go, something keeps telling me that everything's gonna be alright. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. It was meant to be, it was meant for me, so that means we gotta make it work.
Just allowing y'all to come on in the chat. We are live on our YouTube channels. We're asking for the support. Please hit that like button at the bottom of the icon. Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another episode again of Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Shane, and this is another Friday episode. So we thank you for your support. We thank you for your emails, your text messages, your I don't know. We just thank you all because we received so much feedback from last week's episode and all of the episode. I'm live on my YouTube channel. I need your help and your support. I need for you to go down to the link at the bottom and hit that like button. Okay? And subscribe to the channel. YouTube takes my videos down, and I know that it's more videos that's up there, but I need your support. So I need for you to hit that like subscription button at the bottom so that my channel can grow. Are we live on Facebook as well? YouTube? Just YouTube? Okay, so YouTube land. I see the Facebook icon up here. Says you are live. Give me one. So let's get tonight's episodes going. So we brought back another special guest on the show last week, and you guys gave me such great response. We also had prophetess, evangelist, minister. She walks in many titles, Miss Alicia Caldwell. Facebook, I'm looking at the icon. Just want to make sure that we are okay. Give us a second. Give us a second. Do you see it? Okay. Well, okay. Okay. So, again, we have a special guest tonight. We have my mom, Jean's Hands of Healing LLC, and we are going to freestyle tonight. We have so many random topics, and we have so many questions that were sent to our emails. Well, my email, and I'm going to do my best to try to answer the question. First, we're going to get our promotions out the way. We're going to ask that you go ahead and subscribe again to the channel. Go ahead and go onto our Facebooks. Add yourselves onto our Facebooks. I have Shane Morris on Facebook. We also have my TikTok, Shane Morris 526. We also have Emerald Cafe. Most of you ladies are familiar with. Also, this season right now, everyone's preparing for the holidays, the winter months. And we thank you for the response. Yes, our cleaning service is still available. We are available from the states of New York City down to Florida. I think my mom was on the phone when I received a phone call about the cleaning service. Yes, we are open. My information, I can be reached at emeraldempire330@gmail.com. We do have special prices for the holiday season. Telephone number and the contact that I can be reached to make an appointment for from here to Florida. We specialize in the areas of the 5 boroughs of NYC. And for Florida, we are in Lakeland, correct? We are in between Orlando and Tampa. Anything farther than that, you will have to call, book appointment, make arrangements, and, check out our prices. My contact is 917-912-5214. Again, 917-912-5214. And this is the cleaning service that we do have. Everyone is inquiring about Empire Cleaning Service. Yes, we are up and running. Also on December the 24th at 3 p.m. No, I believe it's 2 p.m. on Saturday. If you are in the Lakeland area or if you're in Florida, we are having a beautiful Christmas dinner. The tickets are $30 per person. We have special gifts and raffles and things that we will be giving away. We have myself and Ms. Jean Hands of Healing. We're doing the cooking. We're looking to have a great time. We asking for all to support. If you want to go ahead and send your donation, my Cash App is in the box. If you want to go ahead and reach out to get more information, I am a travel agent as well as attached to my little empire. And if you need any assistance traveling to Lakeland, Florida for this beautiful event that's going to take place on the 24th, 2022. It's at Carlton Arms, North Lakeland, 4500 Williamtown Boulevard. And again, my daughter's going to put my email information is emeraldempire330@gmail.com. And the telephone number is 917-912-5214. We're looking for everyone to come out and support. And even if you can't come out and support, you're more than welcome to go ahead and send a gift. We do accept those, and thank you for that. So I'm going to open up the floor and let Ms. Jean go ahead and promote all the endeavors that she has. She has some vendor events, and we would like for you to support her down there in Florida as well. Go ahead. Turn your mic off. There you go.
Good evening, family. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Again, we're back here on the podcast. I don't know, we on Facebook and or we just on YouTube?
We on YouTube.
Okay, so Me on YouTube. Okay. Hello, everyone. I just need to know where I'm at, YouTubers. Okay, Gene Hands and Healing LLC here down in Lakeland, Florida. Handcrafted tea, herbal tea blends, and handcrafted food seasonings.
Yes.
We are located weekly at downtown farmers market every Saturday from the hours from 8 to 2 p.m. We also are located at Crunch Gym location on the South Florida section and also in Brandon. And we're there on Mondays and Tuesdays of the week. And we'll be at this month, we'll be at Lakeside Village, second Sunday, Artisan Farmers Market, another farmers market. We're there every Sunday. That will be on the 13th. Also, I will be doing Dixieland Alley. What is it called? It's festival. It's a festival. We just keep it like that because they don't really say Christmas. They say fall, winter, and I'm not sure exactly which one this one is. So I will be there on the 19th of this month. This will be a debut for me. The hours is from 8 to 3 p.m. That's in Dixieland, South Florida. It's an alleyway. I've never been there, so I can't really give you a description. All I know is the streets. And so we'll be there also. We're up and running. Every week we'll be at the farmers market. I can honestly say that. Additional to all the different events that I have going on.
So those are all your events now for the food seasoning and for your herbs and your coffees. We are getting everything together where we're doing a blast. If you guys join us on this here dinner that we have, you're going to see the beautiful samples that we are going to have on display. Of course, you'll be able to purchase them. Now, food seasonings are homemade, handcraft. We both do food seasonings. So if you want your food, your broth, what is her other signature? Her seasoning broth.
The vegetable broth and the herbal food seasonings
are very good if you're going to go ahead and cook for the holiday.
Autumn spice is good for hot cereal. It's good for your baked goods. It's good holiday if you use nutmeg and cinnamon for your cooking. Well, my autumn spice will jazz that up to the next level. As my husband would say, it's good for your pancakes. It takes it to a next level with your pancakes, waffles. Like I said, hot cereal, cakes, pies, cookies, smoothies, fruits. So it's a new seasoning that I'm putting out there to the community.
So yes, check out both shops. This family is well rounded across the board. If you need anything, our family pretty much does it. So again, the cleaning service is open. Again, cafe, we are open. Again, Jean's Hands and Healing, her seasonings, her blends, her ointments, all the above. We are open and available for this winter. Or we're looking for the support. We support many companies and foundations, and we're asking that you do the same for ours. Those of y'all that are on the chat, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, please, because YouTube is funny. A lot of my videos have been taken down, and my views go up and down, and it says only 4 or 5 people. I know for sure it's more. So please go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be going live here and on this channel. It's a little bit better than Facebook. I don't want to go to Facebook jail, so we are able to speak a little bit more comfortable on this platform. We still have to watch what we say, but we're able to speak a little bit more. So tonight we're going to start off with the trending topics that have started this week that kind of shook the entertainment industry. We're going to talk. I know my mom probably was like, who is that? Migos, one of the brothers from Migos, Takeoff, was tragically killed, and it was all over the internet, which was disrespectful. I mean, condolences to him and his family. Condolences to Quavo, who had to sit there and witness that. To his family especially, we are sending prayers because I don't believe a mom would like to see, the son on the internet deceased. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and send our condolences, and we did our prayers for that family because that was very tragic in the industry. He was very young. He was only 28 years old. I believe my daughter said there was another rapper, correct? the rapper from Chicago, New York. There was a rapper from New York. How old is he? 17. He was 17 or 18 years old. He committed suicide. So the entertainment business, I don't even understand what's really going on with the entertainment business right now. I encourage always independency with your music and your art. It's going to go ahead and send prayers to all of them that with all that's going on in the entertainment business, because it was tragic. It did hit and hurt the youth. A lot of us felt the impact. I remember when Nipsey Hussle passed. That took me, and I didn't even know the gentleman, really. I didn't know any of his music. But it was something about that day that was just, you felt it across the board. You didn't know who this man was. You didn't know his music. If you wasn't familiar, when that took place, that hurt. So we continue to keep our arms around these young people. We think, they think the industry, it's all glitz and glamour. It's a lot that go behind the scenes. And they are so young. I mean, 28 years old. He has no children, no wife, no nothing. It was Quavo is his brother, right? Cousin. Quavo is his brother. And everyone's familiar with the Migos. I've been following them for the last 10 years. It's his cousin. And so we're going to continue to pray for that. Anything else anyone else in the industry? Okay, so we gladly gonna put that to the side. We're gonna continue to keep our prayers for that. Now, we had some emails and text message with questions, and you guys hear me talking to the production team over here in NYC. What were one of the questions? And we're gonna start off with that topic. How to hear yourself naturally. How to hear yourself naturally? Heal yourself naturally. Do you know who the person was that sent it? No. Okay. So on one of my videos, one of the questions, we're going to kick off like that and freestyle. I do better freestyling. And this goes, how to heal yourself naturally. I don't know who you are. Thank you for your support. Thank you for taking time out to send the question, and hopefully you will watch this and get the answer. Now, heal yourself naturally. There are many ways of healing. It depends on what part of healing you're looking for. You're looking for mental healing, physical healing, spiritual healing, trauma healing, body healing. What form of healing are you speaking about? So I'm going to tap on a few. I'm not going to go in depth, but I'll tap on a few. And those of you that are coming on to the live, please hit that subscribe, that like button to subscribe to the channel. We will be live. Go ahead and support. Cash App is in the chat, or will get posted. It's Sha Moore. So how to heal yourself naturally. Now we're going to start with Jean Hansen healing. We'll start with her because she's good with this. She has this body scrub that I usually use when I go to Florida. That sits in the bathroom. It's all natural. Now we are a holistic family, organic family. I don't care how fluffy we look on the internet. We are a holistic family. Do not tell us something, because we're going to give you the herbs to go to the background of it, and we're going to give you the healing properties first. And it's not no Shala Walla Bing Bang. We're going to tell you how it heals you. So we're going to start with the physical body first. Now we have scrubs and we have scents. And so let me tap on that really, really fast. Now when you have scents, it does something to your mental. It does something to your what is the term I'm looking for? When you are going to like Bath and Body Works, or you are going to TJ Maxx or any of those department stores, or if you're looking for your herbs, it gives you, when you smell the different scents, it gives you a sense of peace, right? It gives you a stillness. It's a stimuli, I believe, to your brain, right? It helps you and puts you in a place. It's supposed to be calmness. It depends on what healing property you are using. We have orange, we have tea tree. Those are the basics that everybody is familiar with. Peppermint, vervain, we have bergamot. What else do we have? We have lavender. Everybody loves lavender. Lavender puts you completely to sleep. We have what's the basics? These are the basics. I'm gonna let Gene's hands and heal once I give you the definition of that. So when you have these essential scents, these essential incense, or these essential lotions, or these essential, I say essential because you want it in its authentic form. You don't want anything that's not natural onto your body. It is supposed to heal you in many properties where it will help your aura, your mind, your body. Okay. I'm going to open up the floor, let her do that, because I'm trying to go into, I don't want to go into depth, but I want to just give a little background. Go ahead, Gene. Talk about your hand scrub.
Okay, I
We
created
talked
that.
about this healing. What's the question again?
How to heal yourself naturally.
How to heal yourself naturally.
Okay. Well, you said talk about the sugar scrub. Okay, I made a sugar scrub because of COVID, and we couldn't have no we couldn't find any hand sanitizer because down here in Florida they buy up everything. I thought I was an excessive shopper, but they take it to a whole nother level down here. So being that we couldn't find anything, again, me having all the materials that I just have because this is my hobby, this is what I do, I've been doing this for years. I created the sugar scrub to sanitize our hands, and also it gives a good aroma. Now, the ingredients that I used in that, I used the tea tree because it's like an antibacterial property. It has an antibacterial property in it, and I also use lemon. Lemon is also, it has antibacterial in it as well. And with the sugar, it just helps. It falls. How you say it? Exfoliate. False helps the scrub. How you say it? Exfoliate or falselating?
Exfoliate.
Exfoliating. Now listen, I ain't no shame in my game. I have a pronunciation problem. I know what I'm saying, but I cannot pronounce it. I can identify the word, but I just cannot pronounce it. I know the meaning of it. So it does help, and it help with the skin. So when a person asks, how do they heal
Exfoliate.
themselves exfoliating? Yes. How do you heal yourself naturally? You got to start from the inside first. Um, Mentally, it starts from the mental aspect of making a decision on which direction you need to go for your healing. You have to identify where the shortcomings are coming from and work from there, even if it means making a list of what you might feel you might be depressed about, or if you are overeater, how do you want to, what are the problems that you see with yourself that makes you eat excessively? Um, that's the starting process. You got to identify what needs to be worked on. And once you identify what needs to be worked on, then you can move forward and start in the healing process, because now you see, you're acting, you're taking the necessary steps. Now, when you talk about, now I don't know if they're saying physically from sickness, or
I
is
think
it
they
a
meant
spiritual
general.
healing, natural
Well, we're
healing?
going
Because
to
that can go in so many different
yeah.
categories when you talk about natural healing. So I
Mm-hmm.
spoke about the mental, the as far as mentally identifying what you need to do for yourself, which is self-healing. Okay. If I'm overweight, underweight, if I have some sickness going on in my body, do I deal with, do I have any mental health issues going on? Do I have any outside interference like nicotine, substance, alcohol? You got to identify what the problem is. And I'm not saying it as a bad thing, but the presenting problem, as I taught, I'm a retired substance abuse counselor. So we always talk about the presenting problem, what's there right now. We know we got some other issues in the back, but what's the presenting problem right now? So once you start identifying those presenting problems, then you can start working on the healing process, because that's an open-ended question to say, okay, how do you start the natural healing natural healing starts in all different forms because, like I said, you have to identify which you need the healing from.
Well, see, we are responding, and we're gonna just outline because
Keep it
I'm not,
in general.
yeah, just general because I'm not sure what the viewer was asking. I'm gonna
Yes.
keep repeating it. Sound like say it again. What was the question?
How do you naturally heal yourself?
How do you naturally heal yourself? Now I'm going to speak, but I'm going to piggyback off of you with the mental. Well, first off, you have to be able to identify if you have any traumas or triggers. Okay, a lot of us, and we're going to say it, and I'm going to say it, being a DSP worker for many years, working with the mentally disabled from all spectrum to working in a hospital as a nurse. Listen, all areas and all levels, everyone has some type of diagnosis, some type of on the spectrum. You have highs and lows. Everyone is not mentally checked out correct or mentally there. Everyone has some form of a trauma. Everyone has some form of an issue that's going on internally. The thing is to address it. Be okay with identifying that you do have these things going on and then begin the process. Now, the process looks like you can go to therapy. You can go ahead and speak to someone. You can also move or relocate to different environments. You can also get on these chats, these live, these podcasts. We are here for that. You can also email, get into support groups. There are a lot of groups on the internet. If you don't want to participate, I always encourage that you at least sit down and listen because someone might have something to say that might help or heal you. Now, healing is a lifelong journey. This does not happen overnight. I am not going to sit here and tell you that today's a trauma that you went through as a child and as an adult, it might not come up. It might come up, but you know how to deal with it. A lot of us have childhood trauma. A lot of our parents had trauma. The trauma was passed on to us unknowingly, and so forth and so on. So one of the things that I do recommend is going ahead and speak with someone, understanding that where you're at is okay because a lot of people are bipolar. A lot of people deal with schizophrenia. A lot of people are going through depression. A lot of people have emotional highs and lows. A lot of people are going through different unfamiliar emotions on a daily basis. Thank you for chiming on. Please hit that like button to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Help me along the way because YouTube is taking down some of my videos, and I would like for this channel to grow. Thank you all for coming on for another episode of Coffee Talk. So again, right now we are responding to a question that was given different ways to heal from one of my subscribers. So having an understanding that you might have something along the way, whether it's depression, whether it's paranoia, whether you have being able to identify. Now, go ahead. I'm not a doctor. Well, I'm a doctor, but it's in a different form. But I am not a doctor or a therapist, a licensed therapist. I encourage for each and every one to go ahead and seek help and go ahead and speak to someone about this. I do not encourage you to attack your family members, as we see that all over TikTok. People trying to heal and get some understanding of wounds that took place before they got here. You have to understand, depending on the age of your parents and depending on the age of your parents and your environment and what was going on at that time, it might not have been a good environment for you. As you get older and you start your healing process, you will realize that your parents and your grandparents were going through things as well, and they might not have had the outlet, the resources, the knowledge to go seek help. Now, it took me a long time to realize that. Okay, so it took me a long time to realize that. Now, does it make it right? Some people dealt with, molestation. Some people dealt with abandonment issues. Some people dealt with no affection. Some people dealt with being neglected. There were so many things, but the wonderful thing is that you on this side of the living spectrum, and you can go ahead and go to a support group, come on live and listen to, maybe I have something that might assist you along the way. There are different groups on TikTok, healthy groups that's on TikTok. Now everybody's worried about relationships, companionship. You cannot have a healthy companion if you are not healed. I don't understand at this time and age why is that the biggest issue that goes on right now. There are so many forms of relationships. I think people need to focus on having relationships with themselves, understanding my do's and don'ts. I come to the conclusion on yesterday that I don't like working in the morning. It's healing, and I'm okay to say that. I've come to the conclusion that I like my pH balance. It's okay because I have come to that conclusion. I am teaching my children on healthy, quote unquote, because we really don't know what's quote unquote healthy. Let's be really clear to that. And everyone's environment is different depending on you understand. But we know that along the way, we need some form of healing. If you are a spiritualist and you attend church or you attend worship and you're one of those that fast and pray and seek understanding, those of you that are spiritualists and you meditate and you do your daily affirmations, that's also wonderful to do to get you in alignment. You have to have a relationship with you first in order to produce a healthy relationship to someone else, especially in companionship. Now I'm gonna let you expound on that or add on to that healthy relationship. Where you at with your mental? Because then people be talking in people's heads.
But people be talking in my head too. So I always say if I go to a psychiatrist, I'll be on like about 15 or 50 psychotropics.
It will never heal. It just numb you. It was just a
And I'll
numb you.
sit down and just tell the truth.
Yeah.
I learned to cope. I learned coping skills at an early age. Coping skills, and some was good and some was bad. Some had positive outcomes and some had negative outcomes. So, but yeah, you have to work on you. You have to really, dig into yourself and get in a relationship with yourself and be comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable with yourself, then how do you expect to be comfortable with somebody else? We always look for instant microwave fixes,
Yeah.
and it's a process. Everything is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but I have to work on me, and this again is a daily journey. I don't get this. I don't get to a certain point and say, oh, it's completed. It's an ongoing process. You got to get to know yourself, and again, like I said, be comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable with yourself, then how you gonna be comfortable with somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you don't love yourself, then how you going to be able to love somebody else? If you
Mm-hmm.
don't like yourself, how are you going to be able to like someone else? So
Absolutely.
simple. These are the things that we have to take a look at. Again, you can jump into something real quick for instant gratification, but we're talking about the long-term effect. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for to say I've been with my husband for 30 plus years, we 3 decades plus inside of here. Some days I don't like him. Some days he don't like me.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, but it was a journey for us. We just
Yeah.
didn't jump in this last night and said, "Oh, this is going to be what is going to be." No, we did stand by the commitment that we made with one another, and this is where we are. Like I said, some days I love him, some days I don't love him, some days I like him, some days I don't like him. I'm quite sure the feelings is mutual with him.
Mm-hmm.
But we work is a daily work in progress, right? So when you look at someone being in a relationship as long as we have, and then I look at other relationships, longevity of relationship, it's not always a bed of roses. It's not what people think it is looking from the outside on the inside. It takes a lot of work to stay committed, dedicated, not throw in the towel, no matter how painful the situations that might arise. It takes a lot of work to stick into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So to be out of one and saying that I want to get in one, like there's a saying, be careful for what you pray for.
Yep.
Because when you get it, you be asking God to take it away.
Yeah.
because you don't know what to do, because we don't get instructions for this. There's no written instructions on quote unquote how to have the perfect relationship or the perfect marriage. There is no um information. And if it is out there, this is somebody's opinion. It's not fact,
This is
basically. So you're wasting your money on getting a book. Um, know yourself. Know yourself. Um, acceptance of
absolutely.
other people. Acceptance with yourself. So like I said, a lot of people, they do want that for their life, and I commend them for the desire. And I pray for their desire to be granted if it's God's will for it to be granted. But you got to look at some things when you asking God to do some stuff. So when God do some stuff, He's just not going to give it to you like I shared last week. It ain't coming to you on a silver platter. You got to put some work in. You got to put some work in. You got to put a lot of work in. Again, getting in a relationship with Him, the Almighty, as well as getting in relationship, because once you have established a relationship with Him, everything else is open season, basically.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
We hope we are helping, or at least giving a direction to the young lady that did ask. When you ask about your healing, it's a wide spectrum, so we're tapping on a little bit. And one thing she just said, you have to have a firm foundation. Like they said, that I know with the God of your understanding. If you don't have a firm foundation, you have to have a spiritual life. You have to have an active life, spiritual life. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I'm non-judge mental. I can identify with a lot of other cultures, and I am completely open to that. So the God of your understanding. Now, the God of our understanding, we lean on Him for guidance. And it's not saying the male, we're not going to do that. He, she, they, them pronouns. We looking at the energy, which is masculine. Understand that. So we hope we have assisted and helped you with that. If you have more information, our email is down there in the chat, and you also can text. You also can leave your questions inside, and also your healing. Except first, open up and allow yourself to identify the emotions that you are going through. You're more than welcome. I want to tap on a little bit again, because we are dealing with, besides this podcast, I do have a charity. We do have a ministry. And we are dealing with a lot of, and it might sound repetitive, and people might say she keeps repeating herself, but a lot of people are going through depression right now. Clinically diagnosed depression right now. Now, you have to understand, before it comes down to this plateau, before it comes down to the doctor saying, look, sir, ma'am, them, him, her, those, all those wonderful pronouns, before it gets to that part, it happens in the spirit realm. Now, if you are spooked, this is not the channel for you. Okay, if you want reality, you want realness and rawness, I can't do nothing. I'm very blunt. It has to happen in the spirit realm first. So that means that you have some loose screws going on up above. You have some insecurities. I love when my mother said, you are as sick as your secrets. Say it for me, Gene. Go on and say it for me, for the people.
Sick as your secrets. You are as sick as your secrets.
So I got to get this out, because on Sunday we are having communion, and we do believe in communion, and we do our offerings, and we do that. So if this is not the channel, again, you're more than welcome. Hit that subscribe button, but you're more than welcome to go ahead. But you are as sick as your secrets. I am finding that is also an issue. Your secrets, your thought pattern. What is another thing that is causing depression? Your environment always cause depression. And also, one thing that she just touched on, you being comfortable with you. Now, I'm going to say secrets. Let's go back to the secrets, because I'm realizing that's another avenue that most people don't tap on now when it comes down to secrets. Now, we've all held some secrets. There was some things that we might have seen that maybe our eyes shouldn't have seen. Maybe it's a shock. There are things that we have done that people have done. Now, I'm not going to say we. Sometimes people do things to people that's beyond. I do think sometimes people do things that's beyond apologetic. And what happens is people think, oh, I could just say, God, forgive me for all my sins and the afflictions, and I'm just going to walk on everything. No, you're going to wind up paying for that. Because the same God that sits high and look low and watched you do all of that and protected you while you did all of that is the same God that's going to convict you with what you did behind closed doors.
He said, okay. Vengeance is his.
Vengeance is his.
Mine, thus says the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
This is not us.
Okay.
He says.
This is in whatever your culture and your traditions is and your beliefs, but you cannot go on a spew of offending, giving offenses and doing things in secret, and don't think that it don't come right back into full circle, because those in Ecclesiastes 3 that was in the back will be in the front. Those who you stepped on, who you dogged, who you looked over and thought was beneath you. It literally takes God. I've seen karma take place in less than 24. We are at a time frame right now, or a shift where everything that you have done, you're going to have to go through the motion. You're going to have to go through whatever's going on. Now I'm realizing that is causing people to fall into depression. Because you go through the woe it's me. Why did I do that? In this time, I am not God. I do not want that mission. I didn't sign up for that. But what I can do is tell you different ways that you can go ahead and go through your coping while you are going through that, because the judgment is over your head. Don't ever think I had to go through it. I did. Everyone goes through karma. It's going to come back around full circle. And don't ever think that what you've done in the dark, no one is going to see it. Because how do they say it? Darkness is light and light is darkness. So, of course, when it's done in the dark, you still was shining brightly through. Okay?
Come out in the light.
Come out in the light. So these things take place. Now, with the young lady that asked about your healing, go ahead. I'll say go seek some therapy. Go speak to somebody about it. Ask for forgiveness. Sometimes you got to go back to that person to make it right. And verbal is just not always the case. Actions have to follow. Mm-hmm. This is what it is.
And know your motives.
Know your motives.
Know your motives. Don't go and try to make amends and you still have underlying motives, hidden agendas. It has to be a selfless act, honesty and humbleness. Mm-hmm. Because if you got hidden agendas behind your apologies and behind your making amends, guess what? It's gonna blow up in your face.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. And the way these things and the way everything is happening right now, everything is happening fast. I don't know what to tell you. I'm booking stuff for 2023. And when you begin to walk away, protect your peace, we spoke about boundaries in a couple of episodes that I have. Understand how to protect your boundaries and understanding that it's okay to say no. You can start, and that's what healing looks like. You can start that process. Protecting your peace. Sometimes you're going to have to sit in there by yourself. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to remove yourself. Stop going around familiar places, people, places, and things. It might sound repetitive. So many people don't grasp that concept. I see the live going up. Please hit the subscribe button to help this channel to grow. I thank you for chiming on for another episode of Coffee Talk. We are going to be on YouTube. You're going to hear me say it in the chat. We have our companies up for the holiday. We have I forget my own cleaning company, E-Empire Cleaning Service. We are here from NYC to Florida. You guys have been calling and inquiring. Those of y'all that are having parties and gatherings. Yes, we have cleaning packages. You will see the packages posted up this week. Come Sunday, you will see the prices and things that we might have. If not, you can see the flyers you can acquire. We also have Jean's Hands of Healing. She has her vendor events, also her seasoning and her blends for this holiday. We have our charity event where we are having our Christmas dinner December the 24th, 2022. It's going to be at Carlton Arms. It's $30 per person. If you are unable to send a gift in to the Cash App, which is inside of the channel. Thank you for being on again another Friday night with us. So yes, so depression, we are going through that. And also there's a lot of support groups. Listen to some music. Now my favorite holiday is coming up, which is Christmas. And my Christmas carols is coming up. Let It Snow and Boyz II Men. Okay, so I'm big on music, and I'm big on meditation, and I'm very big on just having just doing things that's much more healthier than sitting in my sorrow and my drama, because people sit comfortable in drama and chaos, and it's a lot to sit in peace, and peace is free. Okay, so another question, and we're just going to pick you. This is Freestyle Friday. We have, this comes from Jada I'm chopping up your name, McCoglin. Jada McCoglin. And she says, how do you know when you need a spiritual cleansing? She says, love the channel. How do you know when you... That's my expertise, baby. Okay, so you always need a spiritual cleansing. Every day. We thank you, love the channel. Thank you for your support. You always need a spiritual cleansing. Let me tell you something. When you go out your door and you're walking amongst all types of things, you're going to your job, you're going to the doctor's office, you're going to the supermarket, you're going to your garage. You come back in and you feel like the weight of the world is on your back. Yeah, the weight of the world is on your back. And you're sitting here and you're saying to yourself, what just took place really quick? You go to the park with your children. You go to a PTA. These are things that you are attending. Let me tell you something. These little things unseen is following you. And they say, hey, he, she, them, those, and they are, the pronouns. I like you. I'm going to go home with you. Unseen. And so we wound up picking up these different spirits, and they just come back and they just linger on. So we had some, because I work in the hospital and I work in a nursing home. And so also as a chaplain, you know, you see things on the camera. Okay, so they be like, hey, your light glows. You know, I'm going to go home with you. Okay. So the next thing you know, you got heaviness around you, you walk on the floor, you see things out the corner of your eyes, you know how the whole thing goes. And so you have to have some type of discernment, intuition, knowing and knowledge of, hey, something's not right. I feel heavy. This don't feel like me. So you go ahead and you prepare your baths. Now Jean's Hands of Healing, and this is my specialty. You go ahead, how do I make a bath? The simplest bath you could do is some warm water and salt. Some warm water and salt, and you wash down.
I got a better one. You can just do some antibacterial soap. You can keep it simple.
That's because you got to fight off in the spirit realm. Antibacterial
till you get to the next level. Till you get to the next level. Everybody ain't like us. Let's keep it simple. Just say, yeah, you can use your kitchen soap, or you can just use some antibacterial soap. Let's just keep it
you can use just warm water. You could pray. Y'all know the hours. Y'all can pray. I know the lovely hours 3 to 5. Y'all know how these things go. Those of y'all that asking these questions, and the reason why I say y'all know, because when people ask these questions, they are dealing with these things 1 to midnight, 3 to 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Everything is okay. So you battle through the night. So the simplest thing that you can do is get your warm water and get you some salt. Because that's the cheapest thing that you might have in your kitchen. Right now. Now, for consultation and in depth, y'all got to call me, 917-912-5214. And I don't have a chat or a link, but I do specialize in that part too. So you can go ahead and cleanse your house out. Now, how do you cleanse your house out? You start from the back to the front. and this is the simplest things, Miss Jada. Also take that same salt, the simplest things. Epsom salt, regular salt, whatever type of salt. You go ahead and sprinkle the salt down and you say your prayers and your affirmation. And you start from the back of your house to the front of your house and you sweep that sucker out. Now, those of you sage hoppers and Palo Santos hoppers, and y'all be bringing stuff out that y'all ain't ready for, understand the properties of those. You sage hoppers,
Doctor on yesterday.
you your Palo Santo and your smudging bowls, and you take your smudging bowls and you go to your corner and you start to get out and command that thing and don't be afraid. You go to your corners and then you go ahead and you use your pine. And after you have swept from the back, you go ahead and wipe your walls down. You got to take it back to when your grandmother used to make you wipe the walls down and wipe the kitchen down. Pine. Pine is very essential in the spirit world. If you get not lemon, pine sol. Okay, and you go ahead and start, and then you start to rearrange your.
Back in my days, it was called King Pines.
King pine, and I still use king pine. I have to find
that.
I didn't mix it.
I don't think they make it anymore. It's called
King. They do.
Pine.
They do. They used to use that. That's the more Native American whatchamacallit, the Chickasaw. Shout out to the Seminoles, and we are those, and shout out to all the Native Americans. We ain't Native Americans, but whatever we was before. So you take your pine, you wipe your walls down, and in the whole time you rearrange your home, and then you start to pray these things, and you go into a corner, you declutter. Let me tell you something. Let stuff go. Let it go. Oh, I don't want to throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. If you ain't wear that shirt in a whole year or a year and a half, throw it out. Or cut it up and use it as dish towels. Okay? Because you know black folks, we reuse everything. Okay? That is the simplest.
Show do.
Simplest. I gave you the simplest. The lightest thing. Now, if you want to go in debt, those of y'all that do y'all shallow walla bing bang and y'all do go in debt and y'all be sitting there with y'all watering again, y'all can go and do that as well. Again, I do consultation 917-912-5214 because you got to pay like a way. Each house is different. And if you have your babies, when they go out the door, you go ahead and say your prayers for them to travel and come home. Go ahead and anoint their heads and anoint their feet. Those of y'all that are dealing with the body aches, go ahead and get your oils together. Now you can make more than one oil. You can put your oil in your bath water. You can go ahead and what is the other thing that you can do because when you rinse off, you want to put something on sweet to attract. Okay, so then that's when you take your cocoa butters and your shea butters and your milk and your things like that. And you wash up for the blessings. Okay. So again, you need a consultation. EmpireMorale330@gmail.com. And I can be reached at 917-912-5214. I'm going to give you the simplest format. Now, another thing, if you are feeling heavy and heaviness, how does heavy feel? It's like someone is sitting on your back. Someone is pressing you down. You're carrying an energy that's not yours. You're dealing with somebody else's crap. Because if you're close, some of us have family members and helpmates and spouses and situationships. And sometimes our helpmates, situationship family members be having us go through the motion that is not ours. And we embody and take on what they are going through. Okay? Everybody on this walk don't think alike. So you can go ahead and use those simple forms. If you need something in debt, again, call. Understand what's your energy, what's your is not yours. Because we are one body, we share each other hurt. I used to remember an elder in my church used to say, when my loved one hurt, I hurt. That's how we go. We are connected. You want to add on something that you do for your cleansing?
No, you covered everything.
Yeah.
Basically, my cleansing is, one of the things you touched on. And reminder, when you go out and you go around different people, this is what I do. I do not sit on my bed with my outside clothes on.
Say that. Preach to the people in the back.
Okay. When I come in the house, I will go out to the patio. But most of the time, I go straight upstairs and take those clothes off, and I change into house clothes,
Yeah.
take a shower because of different personality and different spirits that I be around. I'm at the market all day. I volunteer at a pantry. Sometimes I'm there twice a week. And not to say anything is bad, that's just me. Plus, I got OCD too, so that's another thing. Um, but when I come in, I do not go near my bed. I go straight to the bathroom, strip, and get right inside the towel. I don't let that stuff touch where my head gotta lay. I was taught a long time ago that you're not supposed to sit on your bed with your street clothes on. 'Cause that's your where you lay your head at night. That's like your sanctuary.
Hmm.
That's just where you're supposed to be able to have the best rest and peace to have a good night's sleep. So if you're laying down with the same clothes you had on yesterday, or you're not taking a shower, or you got your street clothes on, I tell you, I got it bad. I keep a pile of laundry because it's house clothes. It's not even my street clothes because I'm always changing because I want to wash off. I have enough going on to have somebody else on stuff on top of me. My best thing is to shower. For me, I take herbal baths. I use eucalyptus. I use peppermint. I use lavender, castle soap. That's what I use. The
So
castle soap. That's another spiritual cleansing that's additional. If you can't afford to get there yet, but Shamika gave you the simplest form. I graduated. I use I use everything is herbal. Matter of fact, one of my workers at the pantry, she said, every time I walk around you, I smell just smells like flowers. I said, but it wasn't flowers. I said, this time it was eucalyptus.
uh-huh.
I said, do I stink? She said, no, but you always smell good. And
Guess
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I didn't even have any perfume on. It was just my aura, my aroma, the
that's
aura from my aroma.
yep.
So that's something that you have to establish on to establish, work your way. Some people want bath, what is it called? Bath body work. Some people want Victoria's Secret. I don't like Victoria's Secret. I'm just gonna say that.
Because
I get
emotion
with
is
the I don't like, I never did. I never could use her because she used to irritate my body. Victoria, she just no. But Bath Body Works, I love my Japanese cherry
cherry dip.
blossom. That's my favorite one. And believe it or not, they do have a essential oil section for aromatherapy.
They do.
But your prayers will be answered the way you pray. Where I pray for my spiritual healing when I'm taking my bath, it's my prayer. The way you pray and what you choose to use and turn it from a natural to a spiritual form, that's the way you do it. There's no right and there's no wrong way to do it. Just be cautious about what you're doing and what you're
Hmm.
saying.
Hmm.
Be aware of your intentions while you're doing what you're doing. Other than that, like I said, just be aware. Even coming in, sitting on my couch, I don't really want nobody from the outside that's been working. I get on my husband all the time. He'll go upstairs before you sit down on my couch.
Hmm.
I'm dead serious about that. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Even down to when we come in the house, we take our shoes off
That's a
because you
big one.
don't want to. That's so you don't trample from the outside. And we're giving you some tools to work with.
Mhm. That's a
Giving you
big
some tools to work with. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad thing because see, even though it's a good practice, I got a bunch of shoes piled up over the.
but it's what it's
Because I
bothered.
can't keep it simple. I can't keep it simple because
It's
I'm always
bothered.
changing my shoes.
Yeah.
I don't wear the same shoe every day. So I have to, like, maybe every 2 weeks, I just clean the shoes and put them back on the rack. Because
Hmm.
when I step in the house, I come out my shoes and I put my house shoes on. My son, he has certain shoes that he won't step out the door. No, this is for in the house. This I have to let me go upstairs and put this shoe on because you want me to go outside to the what you call them. I got this shoes to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
I taught them different techniques. And this is for your spiritual growth, and this is for your protection.
Mhm.
Because you know you could be you could be being attacked and you don't know what's attacking. See,
Mhm.
when you're dealing with the unknown, you got to cover a lot of bases. You know,
Mhm.
you just got to cover all your bases. You know, everybody know the bases.
Yeah,
Wash
the
your
more-
hands before you come before you eat, or when you come in the house, wash it. These are, you know, COVID taught people to do that because of COVID, but we've been practicing these things
should
for
have
a
been
long time.
practicing before COVID. Yeah,
So when
yeah.
COVID came, you should have been really prepared on the general, the minimum sanitizing techniques. I don't like hand sanitizer because I don't believe it works. To be honest with you, I'd rather just wash my hand in some soap and water and keep it real simple. But I use the hand sanitizer when I can't get to the soap and water. I mean, like this just that's just me. I'm
Mhm.
from the old school. We wash hot water and
Mhm.
soap.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They got all these chemicals and all this other stuff out here to help. I'm grateful for it because I do have a lot of hand sanitizer in my possession as well. You know, but these are just my personal preference on what I like to use. And a good old fashioned antibacterial soap is is better than anything that you can get. Keep it
Mhm.
simple. And I remember my doctor telling me that for my son, my DJ, DJ. And he was like, because we was like, he was going through some skin problems, you know. So I took him to the doctor. The doctor said, just get some antibacterial soap.
Mhm.
What? And we did. And from that point on, I'm like, wow, it was like a wake up call. That was like, and then I became upset. You know, once I get onto something, I'm going to keep going. So this was when he was an adolescent.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
when he was an adolescent. I was taught about antibacterial soap. You know,
Mhm.
he was just learning about bacterial soap since COVID. I've
Mhm.
been doing this.
It's always
DJ was like, he's what, 30 something years old now. I'm talking about when
telling that boy
when he
age
was,
right there. Why you on the internet telling us?
yeah,
Don't
well,
tell his age.
anyway, he's telling my age anyway. But he was like 8, 9 years old when
Yeah.
doctor told me to get some antibacterial soap.
Another
So
thing
like
that
I
I'm
said,
learning is the detergents that we use. Some people still use vinegar,
mhm,
baking soda. And what is the other thing? It's vinegar, baking soda, and
and
cast
pine.
out and pine
Mhm.
or cast out soap. They use a natural form of cast out soap. People still wash their clothes like that. A lot of people don't use Tide. They don't want the
That's
chemical. They're
that's the
allergic
old
to
school.
the chemical. Yeah.
Well, I just jumped on the
Ecos. That's natural.
natural detergent, and I'm loving it. I'm
Uh-huh.
loving it because see, I was a Tide first before I can afford whatever my preference was. Whatever was on sale, that's what I got.
I do the
Number
pond
two,
sometimes.
as I started growing, um, then it was Tide, then it was Gain, and
Gain is
so
more fragrance. Gain does
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Gain
So
does not
I happened
fragrance.
to um get a sample of it, and I really fell in love with it. And the Myers detergent, I keep that hidden from the family. I have some Myers detergent too. That's
Myers
all
is life.
natural detergent.
Yes. I love
That's yes.
Myers.
I keep that one hidden. They don't even know where that's at. And if they
Myers
do, I'm gonna
legit.
jail.
They
But
got the color.
My
Yeah.
Echo Ecos, that's a good, and it's not expensive. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. I get the big jug anyhow, so I'm gonna pay for what I want. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not expensive, you know. Natural stuff is it was is what helps also along your journey with your journey, especially with spiritual cleansing. Is
Mm-hmm.
you can become as natural as you possibly can with everything that you do. That helps the process too, because you can't say I want to be cleansed, naturally cleansed, and but you still
Music.
practicing dirty habits.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a bad form. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying just practicing dirty habits. You have to change your habits for a spiritual cleansing, for a
Yeah.
spiritual uplifting, for a spiritual growth. There's things that have to be done.
Yeah.
from the inside as well as the outside.
So that means you might have to give up a plate, and I'm huge on giving up a plate. To juicing, I believe in juicing. I believe in because it comes from the inside out. Uh, when you really want to go down and stay, you got to stay time
Yeah,
thing.
you can't pick it up and put it down. That you
And
cannot.
you
You
cannot.
gotta gotta stay consistent. You can't
Mm-hmm.
put it down.
Uh,
You can't just say, "Well, I get to it tomorrow," or "I do it just for today," and then tomorrow I'm not feeling it. Like go and do my spiritual consecration. Your mind plays games with you. Say, "Oh,
absolutely.
you could do it this way. You could do it that way." No, you have to follow directions. You really have to follow directions. Do not listen to the people upstairs.
People in your head and get you messed up every time. Like when we say to people, that's just this thing I came up with because it be multiple people we talk to, okay, on a daily basis. And growing up as a child in church, they used to say, "Oh, God, it has a still voice." Those I get, he don't have a still voice. Okay, I can't hear a still voice because I don't know what's what. Okay, so but we got people that that say in your head, do this, do that. It's your ancestors, it's your predecessors, it's your angels, it's your guides, it's your spirits, it's all these wonderful things that are telling you because you're just a host. You're a vessel. And if you have an understanding of that, you're just a host. So you have multiple things that go through you. Some days you get up and you don't understand why you're walking in your grandmother might have moved a certain way or she might have cooked a certain way. This brings me into this and might sound repetitive, but we're here to assist and help as much and give out the information on this here podcast. The holiday times are coming up and we have lost some loved ones around this time. And so, you want to get in there and you just have the urge to just cook maybe some, because I'm good for my black eyed peas and smoked neck. I bring in the new year with that, even though it's not the new year, but whatever works is what the Gregorian calendar says. I'm good because we know beans is wealth. We know all sorts of beans is wealth. We know rice is wealth. Okay, we know cornbread is wealth. We know that is a monetary mean. We know that when they spoke about grains and oats and things in the Bible, they was talking about money. So if y'all didn't know, I just taught y'all something. Okay, so
Deuteronomies. Oops, did I say that?
not even just listen. This is what these things mean now. It's a lot to go down the rabbit hole of what this means and teaching and things like that. So I'll give you a little bit. If you want a consultation, go ahead and call me at 917-912-5214 because knowledge is wealth. Okay, so we know that that's money. Now around this time everyone wants to gather, but then we have these different emotions and we don't understand why we're moving like this. We don't understand why we're moving these colors. It could be your ancestors and they could be flowing through you, and they could say, just like she has this purple scarf on right now, it's a shawl. It's a shawl. Now, what does a shawl represent in your family? It's a family heirloom, right? A shawl was a blanket sense of comfort. When the baby comes out of the hospital, baby up in Swallow's blanket, and you wrapping them for comfort and bundle. That's what the shawl meant.
Well, this one right here is a significant one. I don't know if you can see the color.
It represents this ancestor that she transitioned. Okay, she's still with us, but she had pancreatic.
Yeah, today is day 4 of my memory of her being in, and I'm out outside. I made this for her a year after she transitioned, and every year I try to acknowledge her memory. Would do this scarf and do pancreatic cancer, but that's not tonight's subject. That's another subject. That's
Mhm.
another night talk, but that's what this show means. So I got her around me for comfort because this is my first time on YouTube. How about that? So she was
Oh,
an
this is your first
entertainer.
time on YouTube? Okay, welcome. Well, internet land, y'all.
So
Let's.
she's so it this I put the entertainer on. I put her on me to give me comfort so I could do the Facebook because I do Facebook all the time, but I've never been on YouTube. So I put Auntie on for my
Okay.
comfort.
And then for those of y'all that don't know, Sharon Jones of the Dap Kings, that as leader, she was in the entertainment business for a year. She has paved the way for all the Jennifer Hudson.
And
She has
I
been on.
need to say I do have royalty rights to mention her name. Oops.
Okay. So she's okay. So she has paved the way. All your industry people that you see, you can go on her page right now. She paved the way for us. She's one of our
She's all
predecessors.
on YouTube. Yes, yes.
She's
She's
all on
all on YouTube.
YouTube. You can go ahead and Google her. She is one of our ancestors, and right now this is her month of her battling with pancreatic cancer, and so this is one of our ancestors, and we feel the presence. And I'm not depressed. I don't think I feel depressed. I'm more happy.
No,
I
I'm
know.
not depressed. I'm more rejoiceful than anything because because she's always with us. And
Right.
like I said, I don't want to do that tonight because we're going to do this on another night. But she's always with us. It's about the celebration of life because she was a phenomenal woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
No, she was phenomenal. Yes.
so we understand that around this time you might feel your mother, you might feel your husband, you might feel the auntie or uncle, and you don't understand. Remember, you are a host, and as a host, your ancestors do come, and your spirit guides and your angels or whoever you have that's watching over you, and they will say, "Go ahead and go make that pot of whatever." Or go fry some cabbage and some turkey wings. And I say that even though people say, oh, that's slavery food. But there was something about comfort food, and the food represent family and love and unity. There are some things that we don't understand that took place around those times, but the representing what it meant, the emotion of love, the meaning of love. Love has many, many meanings. I can love you, have love for you, be in love with you, in love. Have a general love. Those of you in the church, the Christianity, that agape love, I love unconditionally. Your highs and lows, do's and don'ts, through the thick and thin, that type of love. So you have things that might represent, and around this time, because this represents family. Now, we all know the history of Thanksgiving. We're not even going to go into that. We understand it. We know that
I lie.
it was a lot. We know that. We understand Christmas. If y'all don't know the history of it, y'all go ahead and study, because what was told to us, of course, is not what it is. But being that represents family, and it's one of those things that represents love and sharing and caring, and it brings on these wonderful emotions. This is what you are feeling at this time. And if the loved one you don't see present form is not around you, of course, behind the scenes, they are always walking with you. So this is one of our months. And I'm happy. I'm not in distress. I'm tired, but that's just regular normal sleeping. I'm not in distress. I'm not mourning. I'm not depressed. I'm not none of the above. I'm actually at a peaceful state right now, but this is what you're feeling. Okay, so if you feel heavy and you need to put on because people say, we don't want to keep remembering about slavery. I have my own debunction about slavery. I don't think it really existed. I know my members is tired of that. Oh, my daughter said, wait a minute, because I don't want to get flagged. Okay, so I don't want this to get cut, but I have my own thing about that. So we know that around this time we wanted gathering, and we wanted the love. We just wanted to feel the love and the close-knit as far as family members and aunts and uncles. And sometimes, like and my children, when they were younger, my mom's house was one of those houses because we all was in the house. Okay, so it was like it's really originally five. Before it was four of us. Before it was five, it was four of us. So my children are equipped to going in one part of the room and seeing somebody doing something. It used to amaze people. Okay, because you have my mom upstairs, you got my brother downstairs in the studio, you got my other brother in the window talking about, hey, Jamal is here. You got my other brother that people really don't see, JL, who's doing his thing, and then me, I'm in the kitchen doing whatever, and then you have my pops with jazz on. So we were one of those houses that it just was something going on, and my children were used to having that around. So that family part, I love that family part, that family net. I don't know what my next stop. I know my next stop is the house. Okay, I know the house. I don't know. I know it's going to be more than one, but that family love, that family gathering, that was one of our things, cooking big. And so I know that some of you have stories like that. If you don't have stories and you want to experience that on December the 25th, 4th, in Lakeland, Florida, at Carlton Arms, if you want to feel the love, if you want to share that experience, if you want some fried chicken, if you want a slice of chocolate,
That was frying chicken.
I didn't say fried, we probably gonna buy. So if you want
I can do
to
everything else. I'm not saying no, don't fry no chicken now.
this here chocolate face cutting up something awful. If y'all want to see one of my siblings, or what, if y'all want to feel that comfort, and you said, you know what, I'm just gonna go on and just flow, and you want to come down to Jean's Temple. Now y'all be wanting to come down to Lakeland, and then y'all want to sit in the seats that I sit at, and then y'all want to be on the patio where our wonderful plants. I say y'all because I got plants down there. She be trying to steal my plants. She don't even have guardianship over it. She's only watching over a few of my mother thousands. And those of y'all that went down there and plucked up some of those, some of them mother thousands belong to me. Okay, put up my disclaimer. So if y'all want to go down there and y'all want to feel that comfort. Now, Thanksgiving, I don't even know which way I'm going right now. I might be on the flight. I don't know. But I know for sure, Christmas, if y'all want to feel that, and y'all want to come down to Jean's Temple, and I say Jean's Temple because y'all like coming down there, and it's a wonderful experience. Y'all gonna leave with something. Y'all gonna leave with a plate. Y'all gonna say somebody said something, somebody did something. You want to feel that warm love and that embrace. We are cooking December the 24th at Carlton Arms, and it starts at 2 p.m. and we are just going to have a wonderful time. It's winter white theme, so we're gonna have on white. Put on your very best wigs, lashes, get your very best attire on, and we're just looking to have a good time, and we're going to feel and experience that. We have some wonderful things taking place for next year. So we are live also in the chat. Does anyone in the chat have in? And I know that y'all going to help this channel grow. Please subscribe to the channel, pass it on, so that we can go ahead and hit the algorithms and the people can pick up. Now, if I was shuffling some tarot cards and telling y'all some stuff, I bet you my views will grow up. Y'all support me then, right? So go ahead. We want y'all to go ahead and subscribe to that channel, pass the word on. We want it to flow through the algorithms. If you would like to come on, go ahead and hit that telephone number, 917-912-5214. If you want to, if you need any type of cleaning service, we do residential as well as commercial. I'm going to go ahead and say it again. Empire Cleaning Service. We are here in NYC as well as Florida. If you need your herbal seasonings, natural seasonings, your body scrubs, your natural teas, hit up Jean Hands of Healing. In the chat is our information. What else am I missing? Yes, Emerald Cafe. Y'all are asking me about the brownies. I had to actually call my brother because I forgot the mixing ingredients of the brownies. And I believe Samantha and my brother Jamal did the
ingredients is downstairs. They still in my
business. Now y'all are asking for these brownies. We are gathering these things together. I thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all were really huge. The hot chocolate is coming out. Wait till Sunday. We're gonna have the see it come out between Sunday and Monday, and that way y'all can go ahead and place your orders online. We thank y'all for your support. And what else do we have? So we thank you, Jada. I chopped up your name, baby. I chopped your name up. Hold on. What is this baby's name? Jada McCoglin. And it says, how do you know when you need a cleansing? I hope, and she said, love the channel. I hope that we answer this heaviness that you might feel. Whenever you ask the question, pretty much, you need the cleansing. You need a cleansing every day. You need to wash down something. You got to be careful of your clothes. We didn't dig deep into it, but I hope that we were able to assist and help. If not, you can go ahead and hit me up in my email. You can leave the question, and you can send me my email, and my telephone number is in the chat. and we can go ahead and we can go ahead and assist if there's anything else further that you might need. Is there anyone that's on the live right now that might have a question? Because it is Friday. We thank y'all for chiming on to Coffee Talk. We tapped on some questions that was asked, and we would like to see this grow. I got a new computer mouse, and she acting up because y'all still have time. It's too. I don't know if it's cold. I don't know what it feels like home. I come straight home from work and I just want to relax. So I'm not going out tonight. Is there anyone in the chat right now that have a question that we did not tap on? We just answered questions on tonight. And we thank y'all again for all the support from last week until this week. We had the special guest. It was on hands on deck last week. Anyone in the chat that might have a question? Okay, so yes, I am trying to get it to where I go on live more. People are asking. It's a little tough because of my schedule, but I'm going to try to go on more. At least try to have 2 lives for this month. Okay, don't quote me, 2 lives a week. It is a little tough.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how the lives are going to go. I'm not sure. I do have people that would like to come on as special guests. And we thank you for those that are sending the emails and asking to come on. But I know that people want me to do a little bit more. And I'm trying to do a little bit more. We have small companies that we are getting ready for the holiday rush. We are in November. Also, Sunday, it is this woman's right here birthday. If you want to go ahead and gift her, you can send it to the Cash App that's at the link. She is going to be 35 on this Sunday.
I'll be 57. I ain't shaming my age. I am not ashamed. Nobody, growing up, I don't know what that was about. Women was ashamed to tell their age. And I always disliked that because for a long time I thought my grandmother was 35 years old. And because that's all she kept saying. That's why you said it, because that's what they used to say. But for me, I'm not ashamed of my age. I think I wear it very well.
Right.
If you knew my story, I realized that I have a sister. That's another thing. Purple represents lupus as well. My sister didn't make it to see where I'm at. And so I'm not ashamed to tell the world. And I will be, God's willing, 57 years old.
On Sunday.
So, on Sunday. That's right. On Sunday, November the 6th is my birthday. And so, like she said, if you want to give me, I appreciate it. Just the best gift I can have is that my father allowed me to open up my eyes
on that day,
my family, and be able to speak to my family. And if whatever his will is going to be for me that day, I will accept it. Other than that, I will be receiving any gifts y'all have.
That's right. We love him. You can send the EO in the what is it? Email. We don't have our PO box. I'm going to go ahead and get that as soon as we start growing a little bit more. But we thank you for whatever gift.
I got my Cash App. Cash App.
Drop the Cash App. Daughter's going to send the Cash App. We thank you those that send. Those that have been supporting us from day one.
Last week, yes.
Yes, we thank you. We try to help out whatever foundation and the cause. If we cannot be in attendance there, we try to support to our best of our abilities. On tonight, do you have anything in closing unless you want to add on? Does anyone in the chat have anything they want to add on? Now, Monday nights, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this out. I'm very protective over my study group. So I don't want to put something out there that I know.
Don't do it. Leave it alone.
You don't do it. Okay. So on
Woosah.
Okay, so we have the companies that's out there in the chat. We're not going to do that because I'm protective over my people. Any questions down there? I hope that we answered any questions. Do you have anything you want to leave off to the people? We already an hour and a half into the.
Thank you for the ones that came on. God bless. Have a safe weekend. Remember to cover yourself to the best of your ability spiritually, as well as being aware of your surroundings. Be careful who you allow in your circle.
Boundaries.
Important. Be careful who you allow in your circle, and know that once you allow them in your circles, you practice your boundaries. Also, like I said, be safe and have a blessed weekend. Don't forget Sunday, we fall back. We lose an hour on Sunday.
Oh,
It's daylight savings on Sunday. So yes, I'm glad. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We fall back on Sunday. So for the ones that's watching, that's going to be on for church, for service and communion and all that stuff. I'm not trying to hear, oh, I forgot. So I
I
made
forgot.
announcements. And we will be
I forgot. I don't
posting
know.
everything
Take it away
to
from us.
give everybody heads up, not to forget, because you know we put our time into this, even on our ministry. It
Mhm.
takes a lot for us to do what we do and do for y'all. So courtesy, we ask for courtesy and respect, and knowing that there's things going on behind the scenes that y'all cannot see.
Mhm.
And we have to really prepare ourselves to get up to be on the front line, even to even be on the internet, even when we on prayer line and we having Bible study. Y'all have to understand that it takes a lot for us to push ourselves out there with our busy work. The minister, chaplain, she's very busy. I'm very busy. My business is moving up. I have more responsibilities. So when we make those sacrifices, we appreciate if the sacrifices be met from y'all as well.
Mhm. Now,
You know,
also, those of y'all, I'm a big promoter of small businesses. Email me. We could talk about commercials and add it on, and we'll speak about the figures. I don't charge a lot. If you want to go ahead and get your commercials out there. It promotes your companies. I am huge when it comes down to entrepreneurship. I believe in it. I agree with it. And if it's if
and if you're going to
you
do it, be true to it. Don't
right,
just
no,
pop up and say, I'm going to open up a business and don't put in the work, because you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. Gene Hands of Healing and Emerald Cafe just didn't happen last year. This has been going on years of trial and error,
mm-hmm.
do the ministry and do finances, and then trial and error. So, you know, do the research
Mm-hmm.
and give time, and it will
Yep.
happen.
And
Don't
if you
jump on a bandwagon because somebody else is doing it.
mhm. And if you have, in when it comes down to costs, I have to start charging with consultations on how to start, because there are a lot of people that will have their non for profits and they want to start these things. You go ahead and email me. Again, the number is in the chat. I'm more than willing to assist with that as much as I can. But if you have something that you want to promote, go ahead and give me a call. We'll see what we can do. Emerald Empire 330 at gmail.com, 917-912-5214. You have seen all of our flyers. You will continue to see our flyers with all that we have upcoming. Thank you for your support again, and enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be blessed, and get some rest. Until next time.
Good night. God bless everyone.